Back with another video about a new tech tool that I've been using recently, and it positions itself as a clay alternative or like clay without the learning curve. And a lot of people struggle to use clay because there's just lots of things to configure. So Freckle is a company who's produced a simpler version, and I'll walk through how it works in just a second. Stick around to the end and I'll show you exactly how the enrichments work as well. But the way that they've broken it down, which I think is quite smart, is that you've got enrichment, you've got research, and you've got cleanup. I'm sure the product will develop and get a little bit more complex as they develop it. But for now, that's the three main things that you can do. So when you sign into Freckle, you'll get the templates. And what they're, again, trying to do is make it as simple as possible. So for data cleanup, for example, you can clean up a company name. So if you've got Inc., PLC, LLC, it will just format it and remove the thing at the end. Clean up a person's name. So if there's emojis or if people have put in their acronyms or their qualifications, again, cleans it. If you've got a list of emails and you just want the website, it cleans it out to website. Combine first name and last name into full name, all pretty basic stuff, but you do this out the box. You just click on the data cleanup enrichment and it works for you. So you don't really have to play around with it too much to get the data formatted as you want. So that's the basic side of it. Then we get into the enrichment. So it can help you find LinkedIn URLs from full name, company name, and job title. Then from a company headcount point of view, it just needs the domain and it will enrich the company data and then find the headcount. Find a person's work email from their full name and website, and it uses a number of data providers to go and find this data. I'll show you how that works in just a second. Find somebody's mobile number. Confirm if a person works at a company. That's very, very handy, especially when a lot of data is out of date. I'll give this one a go as well. And then confirm if a person works at a company and in the current role. So this is really good if you have a list of companies and prospects in your CRM and you're not sure if they still work there or not. So you put in the LinkedIn URL, you put in their company name, and then you put the job title that you have in your CRM, and it will tell you whether that is correct, the current company and role. If they're in the same company but they've got a new role, it will also tell you that, or it will tell you if it's incorrect and the role, if the company is incorrect and as well as the role. Then lastly, you've got research. So just a couple of templates here. This one is the company summary, and then the other one is find a company's website. That's from the company name and person name. So real simple to use, but pretty powerful, especially if you've tried clay and found it quite intimidating. So in the next part of this video, I'll go through some of these and show you how they actually work. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through some of the enrichments that you can perform in Freckle. I'm mostly going to use my data just because I'll know if it's accurate or not, as well as I'll probably be revealing my email address, so I don't mind that if that's publicly. So the first one we're going to do is look to find the person's LinkedIn URL, and all we need for this is the full name, the job title, and the company name. So I'm going to click on templates, then I'm going to say find person's LinkedIn URL, add and configure, and you can see the prompt here. I'm going to give you a person's full name, their company name, and job title. I want you to find the person's LinkedIn URL based on full name, company name, and job title. So I'm just connecting these columns to this prompt here. Only provide me the URL for the LinkedIn link. Do not include any other text. So it's doing a lot of the prompting work for you, which in Clay, of course, they have a similar feature, but it can get quite confusing. So I'm just going to click Save and Run. First row, just because I have one in here. And it's going to search, and it will add in my LinkedIn URL. So this might be really useful if you've been at a networking event or you've attended a conference and you have a list of names of people that you either saw or you downloaded from somewhere. You can simply put it in here and you can find the details, which is the result, and then create a column, which here now you can see that I have the LinkedIn URL. So if I just open that in a new tab, we'll be able to see that it is my profile. So that was the first one. If we go back to Freckle, let's talk about find company headcount. Now for this, all we need is the company website. So I'm not going to put in mine because I just have a one-person company, But what I'm going to do is put in gong.io, template, find company headcount, add and configure. Now I always need to select the company website. So all you're doing is saying which column contains this information. So it's company website. It's going to use Ocean, and I'm going to save and run, and first row. So no, I meant to do second row there. So let me just click here. And just to show you how that works for here, so yellow. So that'll run as well. So Gong is enriched, and it has 1,608 employees, and mine will come back with 1 in just a second. Now I'm building all of these, adding all of these enrichments one after the other. That's not necessarily how you do it. I'm just demonstrating to you how you could use it and how the different enrichments work. So find a person's work email. For this, I just need the full name and the company website. So I actually have the full name and company website here. So I'm going to click on templates, find a person's work email. You can see it tells you which source information it needs. So I'm going to add and configure. Source name, full name, company website. And what it's going to do is it's first going to look at Lead Magic. Lead Magic is one of my favorite tools. It's probably the most accurate when it comes to finding and validating emails. Then it's going to use Find Email. Then it's going to use Enrow. Then it's going to use Prospeo. So what the team at Freckle have done is they've looked to see which are the best performing enrichment providers, such as email finders and validators, and then just put them in here. So you can't really change them, but you're only going to spend 1 credit per result. So we'll go to email validation and 0 bounce. Advanced settings, which I haven't covered just yet. If you had 1,000 rows here, you could get it to only set when the company website exists. But I won't go into that just now. I'm going to save and run. Just do all rows. So it shouldn't charge me for this. But immediately it's found mark@yellowo.co.uk, which is my correct email. So that's how to find a person's work email. Then we want to find a person's mobile number. Now it does take it just from the LinkedIn URL. It didn't find my number, but my number isn't really anywhere on the internet. I'm not sure of the data sources. Let's try it just to see what comes up, but it didn't work before. Select LinkedIn URL, and it looks for the data providers are Lead Magic, Find Email, and Prospeo. Save and run, first row. Again, not holding too much hope that it will find it. No, it didn't find it here. So moving on to confirm person works at company. Now for this, what you need is the source column is the LinkedIn URL, and then you also need the company name. So I used to work at a company called Task Drive. So let me just put this in here. I don't work there anymore. So I'm going to put Task Drive, and then my LinkedIn URL needs to be here as well. I have to, that's why it's not working. Let me go here because that'll be the better one. So yep, so Task Drive. Now templates, confirm person works at company. I'm looking for the LinkedIn URL and company name. So again, here's the prompt. I want you to review the person's LinkedIn URL in the input to determine if they still work at the company in the input. So now I need to connect my LinkedIn URL. So LinkedIn URL result, and then the company name. So that's the company name that I have, which I know is wrong. It's the old company. First, visit the provided company name and check the jobs listed on the profile where date is marked as present. Then cross-check to see if any one of these matches the provided company name in the input. Now it's saying for the output, if their LinkedIn matches the current company name, then output current company, and the opposite. And it obviously gives you the option to search the web. So I'm going to save and run all rows. So it's searching, it's scraping LinkedIn. So you can see that this is correct because I am at Yellowo. Now where for Task Drive, incorrect company. So it works. Now the last one is to confirm a person works at a company and they're in the current role. Now I'm going to use a good contact of mine, Michael Hansen. I knew Mikey when he was at Task Drive, at Cloud Task, when I was at Task Drive, and I knew him as the VP of Growth. So I'm going to go back into Freckle and just populate that information. So I'm going to put in Michael Hansen, VP Growth at Cloud Task. And I need Mikey's LinkedIn profile. Let me just check this is correct. Okay, I'm just going to pop that in here. Now I have the inputs that I need. I'm going to templates, confirm person works at company, and I'm looking for the LinkedIn URL, company name, and job title. And of course, I now have to connect these in the prompt. So LinkedIn URL, company name, job title. Now I'm a huge fan of Clay. I'm going to continue to use Clay, but I can see how this is a lot easier for people to get started with. And it introduces people to prompts, which you can reverse engineer. And I think sometimes when you're going from a blank column and a blank prompt, it can be hard to know where to start. But now I can see the way that this is structured. I could probably change this slightly to give me a slightly different output, and I'll show you how the research works in a second. So I'm going to save and run. I can do save without running, and all I need to do is click here to run on this one row. And it's having a look, and what we're checking for again, just a reminder to see if Michael is still a VP of Growth at Cloud Task, and it will come in shortly. Just in terms of the credits, so plans and billing, all of this I've done so far on this account, I've only used a few credits, and I'll talk about the pricing right at the end. But here we can see it was incorrect company name and role. So now I know it's changed, and that I probably have, if I have an email for Michael at Cloud Task, I don't want to send that email because he's not there anymore. So these are just a few of the enrichments that they have with pre-built templates. I know the team are working on even more templates and will be providing a lot more resources to make it a lot easier. But I think as a product which is recently launched, the UI is nice, very clean, and it does the job really well without the frustration that you can sometimes feel with getting started with Clay. So the last couple of things I want to show you before I move on to the pricing is the research. So I'm going to go templates, create a company summary. So I want to take the company website and provide a company summary. Easy. So here's the prompt. I'm going to give you a company's website. I want you to look at the website and summarize what the company does in 2 sentences, including who their product and service is for. Company website equals. So again, always connecting it to the column. And we have the column here. So at the moment, I think I only have Gong and I only have Yellow O in the company website. So let me put in cloudtask.com and let me put in taskdrive.com as well, just so we can see the different options it has. Only provide me the summary in 2 sentences. Okay, perfect. Save and run. I'm going to do all rows, and that's going to work in the background. As that one is working, the other one is to find a company's website. Now, obviously, we already have the websites, but let's say I only have the company name, and the company name is Deal. Now, this is a great enrichment. So templates, find a company's website. I need to put the company name and the person's name. Now, I didn't think this one through. I don't know a person at Deal. So let me have a think of a real example that I can use. Okay, I've got Flowium and Amara. Okay, so now I got full name, company name, templates, find a company's website, person, and company name and person. So I'm going to give you, this is the prompt. I'm going to give you a company name and a person's name in the inputs. So company name is here, full name is here. Only give me the domain URL and no other text. So that's telling it to not give HTTP, etc., etc. Save and run. Save without running because I don't need to run it for all rows. And I'm just going to pop it here. Now we can see the company summary that's completed. So this is how it summarizes my business. I'll let you know how accurate it is. Yellow provides consulting and mentoring services to help B2B SaaS companies and agencies optimize their outbound sales strategies and processes. Pretty good. Their services are designed for businesses looking to enhance their revenue generation through improved sales techniques. Really good summary. Let's have a look at Gong. So Gong is a revenue intelligence platform that uses AI to analyze customer interactions and provide insights to improve sales performance and revenue growth. Their services. Okay, now let's take this a step further. I can output this as a new column, and that's going to create it here. And now what I want to do is my own bit of research. Let's just say I want to summarize who they sell to. So I'm going to add an AI column, and I'm going to write the prompt here. So review the company summary. And I just did a / here, so I can select the right column. So I've got that company summary here and the website / and I can just start typing website. It's going to find it here. And in less than 3 words, output the main job title of who they sell to. Probably not the best prompt. And I think that's one of the challenges when it comes to prompts as well, whether you're using Clay or Freckle or any other tool, the output and the enrichment is only as good as your prompt. But let's have a look to see what happens. So save and run. I'm going to do all rows here. And here, if we just go back a second, Amara at Flowium, and here is their website, which is correct. This is the Flowium website. So that one worked too. So Gong sells to sales managers, Task Drive sells to sales leaders, Cloud Task, I haven't got the answer yet, and Yellow. Ironically, all of these sell to salespeople. So let me think of another company off the top of my head. So let me just add a row. Come on, Mark, this is so hard to think on the spot. Okay, a very classic one is Buffer. So let's do that. Where am I going? So buffer.com. Buffer is one of the old school one of the original social media scheduling platforms. So do I want to enrich the company? Yeah, let's have a look to see if how many employees Buffer has. 221. Perfect. I'm not going to do these because I don't have the rest of the information for this, but I do want to see the company summary. So let's create the research to happen there. We won't worry about the company website because we already have it. Now what's going to happen is this is going to output the company summary. So Buffer provides social, if I click into it, for some reason it's not letting me open, provides social media management to help small business teams plan, publish and analyze content. So now I want to hit run and it's going to pull out the target job title. So as you can see, it doesn't work fully automatically, or perhaps there is a setting that I haven't set on this, but I think this is intentional so that you don't use all of your credits by accident. I've done that many times with Clay and also in other platforms as well. Lead Magic, for example, I uploaded the wrong list of thousands of emails when I only needed a couple of hundred, and I used all of my credit. So I think one of the reasons why it perhaps doesn't auto add or auto enrich by default is because it wants to save you money by not using all the credits. If I go to my billing, you can still see that I started off actually before this video with a fresh account of 500 credits. So I've only used 34 credits here, which is great. And then to talk about the pricing, their pricing is really, really affordable. So they have a very generous 500 free credits each month. And you actually can use all of the tools, all of the tools from the formatting, enrichment, and web research. Of course, if you upload 1,000 prospects in here, then you're going to use those credits really quickly. And then it's $99 for 2,500 credits. And of course, the pricing increases with the more credits you want to use. But if you're looking for an alternative to Clay, or you've tried Clay and wanted something a little bit more simple, I know a few of my friends and people online that I've worked with wanted a more simple version of Clay. Freckle is definitely worth checking out. So if you get stuck, let me know. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Ciao.